Drop it. Okay. And what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let me get a, let's see. There we go. Good, good, good. All right. Everyone's doing good. Good morning, Bruce. All right. Everyone's doing good. Okay. So, ready to get right to it. Let me go ahead and log in to my, brokerage account, and then we rock and roll. Okay, gonna make some money. Stupidest, easiest trading system. Mike, what's up? Yeah, I've dedicated most of my streams to game trades. Sorry guys, I really need to not make myself so accessible to 1348. I feel like, I've been self over 3 years just trying to save the world. And honest to God, a lot of you probably just don't want to be saved. M. Tompkins, you guys saw that dialogue yesterday in the chat. It's really fucking annoying. So, let's go ahead and get this done here, right? Trade1348.com for the win. We have a dumb, simple system here, guys, which allows us to make money. Now, I have a full disclosure, simply because people have asked. And truth is, I have not really done much with the competition. Now, I was in first place. I showed you guys first place. Where am I now? So let's go ahead and get that on over to you guys so you guys could see. I'm in 24th place, still up 31% in 8 trading days. For me, the goal was to get first place. They know that I'm the best. And then, listen, right? If you're really good at something, never do it for free. right? I'm really good at this, so I go ahead and make real money with this, right? And so you guys watching me trade, and you guys, taking your trades, you're using real money. Now, this is a huge competition. I just had to get my receipts. You guys have seen the screenshots. I took first place. I was up here nearly 18,000 at that time. Now, 24th place. So I'm just dabbling in there, seeing, what's really going on. If we look at the top 10, all it takes is $36,000 to reach top 10. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a goal for this week to reach top 10, which I mean, I can't have well. Now, I guess the other thing is it lends credibility to me as a teacher and an instructor. Now, granted, if I had all the time in the world, I'd be on this trying to win a measly $6,500. But why do that? Again, it's fake, right? It's a competition when I can do that live and you guys are watching me with the simplest trading system on earth. Come and get yours at trade1348.com. All right, so back to the chart here. Let me go ahead. Yeah, you guys see too many icons there. Too many icons. Let's see. Okay, let's get to this. Actually, who likes this view? I don't know. Who likes this view where we're talking about the trade and you guys can see me and who likes this view? Just give me some thumbs. Let's see. Young, miss you. Thank you. Oh, it's so cute. Thank you. Miss you guys too. Not really. I'm be honest, like, there's a lot of stress. Right. So let me go ahead and get everything squared up here. What's happening? You make this let me make this a little bit smaller here. So okay, perfect. All right, now I know what I'm looking at. Got my OBS up, right? So guys, we are looking at this. We have Confluence. We have a trade. This is NQ. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy now. All right, quickly we zoom on in. Just hit the buy button. Let's go ahead and set our take profit just shy of the level here. And that's that. Okay. So the anatomy of the trade, guys. What is this? Well, it's a couple of things. We simplify this system in that you only want to have actionable moments when our trend tracker initiates it and is in confluence, right? So are we above the 200? Boys and girls, this white line here, if you could see it, make it clearer so it doesn't get lost in the red and greens. This is the 200. Is price action above the 200? Yes, that means we're looking to go long. Okay. And then once we start looking to go long, then the next question is, do our other indicators support the thesis? Now, with our trade design, I'm late to the party, right? Because it all happened here with an entry at 21,861. But because I'm trading the trend, I'm trusting the trend, I'm going to hold on to this trade until the trade tells me I'm wrong. Now, where does the trade tell you you're wrong? I think a lot of you just get so caught up on the dollar amount making you wrong. But see, here's the thing. If the dollar amount makes you wrong, then what are the ways to adjust that threshold? One of the ways to adjust that threshold is to trade smaller. So therefore, the logic that the dollar amount makes you wrong does not apply. Okay. What makes you wrong is if the trade objectively is wrong. You want to be longer for a greater period of time until the system tells you objectively that you're wrong. Trade smaller. This number would be a third of the size right here. Currently 1,500 would only be $500 if I entered with one contract. So again, using a dollar amount to be objective and being wrong is actually not a good thing. Okay. It's not a good thing. You can trade small and you can be long for a long time, right? Just think about your 401k. As the market's oscillated over the years, you've been wrong for quite some time until you were no longer wrong. And then, hey, your 401k is growing. And so trading small or having, just a diversified portfolio is the way to go. Now, here we go, guys. We're looking at this, and let's really, really, really check the come on. All right. So aside from dollar amounts here, okay. Let me get my cursor all the way over to the screen, guys. I have so many screens here. Where the hell is my cursor? I always get lost here. Like, yeah, where is my cursor relative to the screen? It always gets lost. Oh, there you go. There you go. We got the cursor right there, guys. Okay. So again, we're looking at the RSI. Let's look at the RSI singularly. Did RSI break below its moving average? Yes. Okay. Did it break below 50? Yes. Singularly, are we wrong? Now, it looks like we are. It does, right? Of course, now we get trend tracker printing an X. This here could be on candle close, by the way, guys. There's still 3 minutes and 27 seconds on this candle, right? Should the candle close with this X here? Yes, you're wrong. See the importance of a candle close. Now, you're absolutely wrong. Should you hit the bottom of the risk box here, right? You guys can see that there, right here, the bottom of the risk box. If you enter this trade here, the entry, this is what you're risking, and you're risking a lot less. Now, just think about how many things have to happen to convince you that you're wrong on the trade outside of a dollar amount. Again, if we're trading smaller, dollar amount doesn't matter. It is, are we wrong objectively? Does this make sense? Okay. You have to be able to be objective. A lot of people disqualify a trade or validate a trade based on how much money they've made. Okay. And you can't do that because I can show you a guy who's made $2,000 on the day, but probably used 20 grand of capital to make that money. Not very efficient. So what we have here on candle close, potentially on candle close, we have a gray bar. This doesn't necessarily mean we're wrong. Again, we need multiple things to happen for us to be wrong objectively. And one of those core things, see, we get a candle close with 1 minute and 56 seconds left here. And we get a setup that looks like this. You see my mouse with the yellow and the gray. That should let you know objectively you're wrong. And or the bottom of the risk box. So should you choose this type, the gray yellow, right, which we see happening here, should we choose that to be our marker to exit the trade? Good for you. Why? Because if we get a candle close and it closes with a gray yellow, very similar to this, wherever that closes, guess what? You have a discount on risk. So this trade was actually cheaper for you to take. And if you got it wrong, it was less than a 1-to-1, keeping you in the game. So we're not dollar cost averaging. We're not doing any of that, right? We're using the system to tell us that we're wrong objectively upon candle close. Are we making sense of this, right? Because if we use a dollar amount, well, hell, let's get on over to my other screen here. Using a dollar amount, I don't know. I'm down $1,600, $1,700. Let's zoom on in. Now, again, this seems like quite a big sum of money. Or relative to my account size is really not. I'm trading super small. So being wrong here is absolutely it's negligible. Okay. Are we making sense on the stream for you guys? It's trade 1348 for the win. Number one reasons, and we talked about this. I actually posted something in the Discord, courtesy of ChatGPT, which tells you or tells us, and obviously something I've shared with the guys for a very long time, that the number one reason for day traders blowing up their accounts is lack of a system, lack of an edge, lack of objectivity, using the gut feeling. Listen, the last time I had a gut feeling was when I had Chinese food. Ugh, not good. That was my gut feeling. Okay. You can't trade with a gut feeling. You got to trade objectively with the system and have an edge. Okay. So when we think about what our edge is, it's this system here that closed and told us, right? It closed here, still green, told us to hold. So now we are enduring a whole nother candle. Now, when we look at this objectively, let's zoom on in. Would I rather, if I decided to close my trade and based it on a dollar value, right? I mean, I would have closed and lost 1,500 bucks, right? Where the truth is, I could have held, and if I decided to close now, it would have been cheaper for me to close now at 975 bucks. So now we fall back and we think about the mindset we're in. Now, no one wants to take a trade to lose. No one. Am I right? Am I right or am I wrong? No one wants to take a trade to lose. That was not right. Okay, cool. So you have to change the scope of your day and what is tallied as a win and a loss. See, when you keep your losses smaller, you always put yourself in a position to win the day. You got to focus on winning the day. And with the focus of winning the day, guys, you tend to be a lot more frugal with your losses. And the frugality starts with your position sizing. The importance of position sizing, I cannot stress this enough, is the difference between, you know, blowing 1% on a trade and blowing their 20% of your account. You see what I'm saying? And so again, we come back to this and we say, okay, what is our edge and what are we doing objectively? Well, objectively, we were looking for trend tracker to close and give us a signal to exit. Okay. Now, if I let this number here, this number fool me or scare me into an exit, then I'm playing to the market's hand. I'm not playing to the edge of my system. Our system is very, very, very objective and will keep you in the trade until the trade is no longer valid. And you have to trust that 100%, guys. Okay. Now, I don't want you guys, and this tends to happen with new traders. You come on in and you see the system and you see it work. And then you want to fugazi the system and try to make it work better. And then you start with the I notice bullshit. The I notice bullshit's going to get you into a lot of trouble because the I notice is just based on a bias in your interpretation of information. You can see things, maybe I could see things, and it's always going to be subjective. If the room cannot see it, then it's not real. We can agree collectively, okay? We can agree collectively that this trade is still valid until objectively it is no longer valid, okay? Now, we don't need to go ahead and just bastardize the system. What I'm looking at is if we break the 200, I can discount my risk even more and just say, all right, we broke the 200 based on our rule set that if we're above the 200, we're bullish. That would mean based on the same rule set, if we're below the 200, we're bearish. So then we are objectively wrong. Are we following here? I hope we're following here. We are objectively wrong. Okay. So there's no reason for a hope and a prayer. There's none of that, right? We go ahead and say, shit, if I'm wrong here, halfway through my risk box and I risked 1%, I'm only down 0.5. Okay. I'm only down 0.5 here, which means I only need one trade, which is a 1-to-1 trade, to end my day up 0.5%, right? Now, if you're 50 or 60% trader, preferably a 60% trader because you are using the rules to establish a bias, losing 0.5 on a trade is nothing. You just need a 0.75 and a 0.75 and you're up 1% on a day. And trust me, boys and girls, when you apply patience and you use these rules and use the system, you make money. Now, we're still in this trade, right? Still in this trade, guys. I'm waiting to be objectively wrong, and I'm absolutely comfortable in the trade because I have the 200 that's going to govern my thesis and discount my risk. Who who is understanding this right now? Or who needs an explanation? Guys, comments. Let me know in the comments if you need this explained or explored a little more. But does it make sense? I hope it does. Now we talk about diversification. So, you know, for a lot of beginners, we say, hey, look, right? Find a ticker that is your cadence, right? For some people, M&Q just moves and you're getting in and you're wham bam, thank you, man. We get in, we make our money, we get out. For ES is more of like, not too sure about this. Like I don't want to risk a whole lot, which that should be the forefront of your thought, by the way. Risk management. I don't want to risk a whole lot. Yeah. Yeah, and the candles, I don't wanna get faked out all the time by NQ. Like, that's not my speed. It's calmer, it's like watching paint dry. It also allows you to diversify, okay? Now, generally, ES and Q, they run in tangent, okay? So, let's go to ES. I wanna see something here in ES. Let's see if we can figure something out here. Um, Here we go. We got ES here. No, that's not ES. That's NQ. Let's look at what's happening here. So, by evidence of what we see with ES and understanding that they run in tangent, ES sort of kind of makes me feel a little bit better about NQ, right? It does, honestly. Okay, because they run in parallel most of the time, and we're above the 200 still. We're above entry. We have our green band. We have everything green, and we're still in the trade design. Now, another metric that you could use to say that I'm wrong objectively is a trade design south, right? But on a candle close. And the conditions of that trade design also need to apply to the rules. If it's a trade design down, you need price action below the 200. So as I'm looking at this, there's no evidence or nothing that's telling me that the market's going down. So what I'll do is I'll just dabble in this one. I'll go ahead and let's buy four. Let's go long. We're long on four. Now I know where the market's been, right? I know where the market's been. I'm not going to go ahead and be too greedy. We have some structure right here. I'm just going to dabble with this. Cool. Right. We're going to sell up here and we'll leave that alone. So we got some 10 o'clock action, it seems. Okay. Now, again, I'm trading small and I'm hella excited. Why? Okay. So what I like to do, and if we look at NQ, NQ has told us the trade is wrong. Okay. Now I'm going to use the 200 as my final bit of evidence, right? Trend Tracker says NQ is wrong. Now we use the 200, right? And we'll get to that in a second. But here's the deal. I like being wrong. When I'm wrong, especially when I trade small, it allows me to absorb the loss, look at it objectively, see what the market's doing, and allows me to pivot at the origin of the move. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go back to this. This is ES, right? The origin of the move was here, right? The origin of the move was 945, of which you would have made money upon your entry all the way up to 6025. This would have been a one contract would have been a $250 move. Now, the thing here is while I'm looking at this objectively and noting when I'm wrong or possibly wrong, I could then find myself at the origin of the move going the other way, which is why it's imperative to risk small, especially if you're late to the party, especially if you're uncertain of the market, especially if, well, actually, you know what? You should trade like you're uncertain of the market, period. And, well, we got a fill there, actually. We got a fill. We got that nice pop. Sweet, right? We're good. Damn. I wish I had it on the screen here, but you guys were all watching and he saw it pop, and so my order was filled. Now we're going to see what happens with NQ. So what I did is I used the information from ES, and knowing that they sort of kind of run in tangent, and said, okay, let me smooth out the price action on NQ with ES. Guys, am I making sense to you? Because everything I teach for a reason. Are you guys are seeing it with your own fucking eyes? Are you not? Anyways. All right, who's excited? Who's excited? Uh, Let me go on over to NQ and find out what's happening with NQ. So, right, with NQ, I'm still down, but guess what I did? I used ES to smooth out the noise for me, right? And then with those gains, I sort of kind of offset my loss. Daniel Mitch, what do you mean smooth out? Oh, Jesus Christ. Could someone explain to Daniel? Jesus. You know, on YouTube, there's something called a rewind when we're live, right? And then you can rewind it. You can get the context. Then you could jump back to live, right? So my loss is not as big anymore. In fact, I think my loss is now break even. You see what I mean? You guys see what just happened there? Right? So now chilling with NQ. I'm A-okay with NQ. But what I did was trust my system throughout. Make sense? I hope so. Exactly. It was like sort of a hedge. It was sort of a hedge. The thing is that when I went to ES, everything looked smoother, right? So Stephen Roberts says, yes, I think doing these more are better. I don't, what do you mean, like doing these live streams more like this? Instead of worried about like the trolls and the degens coming in, like, hey, yeah, those guys. But anyways, uh, so here we are. We're chilling. We're good. Now we could go ahead and do this. Let's see what's happening with oil. So oil ran. Good thing. Nice. Oil doing its thing. Sweet. Okay. Came up to a level, right? This was your origin, but you had to wait for the break of GT, right? And then you got confluence here. Guys, patience. Trade design, yes, the trade design is still wrong until the break of confluence, which we have here on the bar afterwards. You see, trade design still closed with an X marker here. This subtle observation at the beginning of the trade origin is what's going to make a bigger difference in your win rate, right? If you don't have confluence, don't take the trade. Second candle got confluence. Cool. We made some money up to a level. Now, what would you rather do? Make the most money or make the smartest money? Now, I could go ahead and full port, and I will certainly make the most money. I will certainly take on the most risk, and that will be the least smartest thing I could have ever done with my money. But if we trade smaller, makes you smarter, more efficient, So you're using 1% to make 2% or 1.5%, right? So it's a 50% return on risk. Whereas I use 100% to make 100%, which is a one-on-one, or even less. I use 100% to make 0.25%. So the rate of return on my risk, making sense here? Not all that great. So smaller is better because it allows you to be more efficient, allows you to be smarter, and it allows you to be nimble and adapt to the market. Also, it allows you to look at the market with calm. You guys always ask me, Dave, why are you so calm when you trade? One, I trade small enough to stay calm. I trust my system, and yeah, that's it. So here we go. We have uh yes, Frank B. Trade small, win big. Here we can see that STB line here in CL was your first line of defense to tell you maybe objectively you're wrong. Okay. So that means if you were in this trade and holding up to the level and you did not take your profit at the level, that yellow line right there is like, Frank, take a beat. Right? So that our system is also going to force you to be conscious. Okay? It's going to force you to be conscious. Now, let's get back on over to NQ because I care about my money. And yeah, it is just holding stale and stagnant, and that's okay, right? I traded small enough to allow myself to hold longer because sometimes, right, what you think might be right, but you can't will the market. So you have to trade small enough to buy yourself time to be right. And when we think about the world of options, the whole idea to buy time, why was time more expensive? In the world of options, time is money, right? But why is time more expensive? It's more expensive because of the likelihood you will be right. So you trade small to buy yourself time. Okay, Danny Mitch, exactly. More time to be right. But this is my argument against prop firms because prop firms are only going to give you market hours to be right. Maybe got caught on a flat day. If you're trading with micros, probably have, the margin requirement to hold overnight with a micro. But with prop firms are like, no, you lose. So if you're not right by the end of the day, you lose. That's such a disadvantage as a trader because the name of the game, the name of the game is realized loss. That's the name of the game. Realized loss. So you go to like Apex and they have something more than a realized loss. They have a drawdown, which is very real. So it's unrealized, realized. That fucking sucks. That fucking sucks. You think about like what Apex is. It's unrealized loss, realized. Uh, what? Got to trade even smaller, right? It's insane. It's insane to have your trailing drawdown, your unrealized realized. It just doesn't make any sense. And so that's why you get a lot of people coming to me like, hey, teach me how to patch a prop firm. I'm like, go fuck you. What the? I'm not going to teach you how to trade a prop firm because it's not being a trader. That's being a gamer. It's like, I'm not here to play games. I'm here to make money. I'm here to make real money. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and make real money, guys, because I've been on the stream for about 40 minutes and still haven't made $1. Well, I mean, I realized about $250, but that does not take care of my lifestyle. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and bet on the bounce off of this, right? I want to see RSI come off that moving average there. Let's see what happens. The candle close. What I'm going to do is I'm going to Okay, yeah, that's basically what I wanted to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add to my position right there. Now, in adding to my position, I allow myself to exit the trade sooner. Guys, dollar cost averaging and averaging into your position allows you to exit sooner. That should be your expectation. You don't go ahead and dollar cost average in and think like, hey, I'm going to the moon with this. No, I just dollar cost averaged in to make my exit sooner. And I still have some evidence that at the very least we can get up here. So what I'm going to do is I will set my buy and we'll make some money. 1, 2, 3, 6. Nice. And I'm going to set my buy right about here. Excuse me, my sell. And that's all she wrote. And I'm going to leave that alone. And that is my life for today. That's all we're doing. Nothing crazy, nothing special, just knowing where the market's been, knowing what the trend is, staying true to the trend, because objectively, I have not been proven wrong yet. I have not. I have not been proven wrong yet, objectively. So I'm just going to hang on onto this trade. I figure by the time this trade's done, maybe I make, I don't know, $1,500. Cool. Cool. Make $1,500 and I can call it a day. That's my life. Uh, digging the share it. Yeah. So guys, let's go ahead and see if I can do some other things while this trade is developing. And that's another thing, right? If you're in a trade and it's got to develop, right? And you can go ahead and find something else that's also tradable. Again, allows you to hedge. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to ES here and see what's happening with ES. Go back here. And what I see is coming down to the band, paying attention to RSI right here. Moving average is above the midpoint. So I know the trend is up. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get back into ES really quick. Let's zoom on in, right? And we'll make a few bucks. Here we go. All right. That's a few bucks. You guys see that there? It's 500. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll sell here. Let's modify, make this 8 units. Modify order. All right. I got 8 units there. And now it's just got to come out, right? Here we go. You guys see $700. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'll take the 700. Cool. Forget it. I like that. I hatched my bets on NQ. NQ, I should be profitable right now. No, I'm not. Okay. Damn. But I was break even. Right. So by winning ES, I've made this trade cheaper and easier to hold. Okay. Make sense? And so what I've realized is over $1,000 today. Let's get an actual number here. Jump. So what have I currently realized? I'll post this into the Discord. Let me see. Oh. All right. Go to reports. Go to today. You don't like the range MAQ's been trading in? Why not? I love consolidation, guys. The longer the consolidation, the stronger the move. Okay. So far, I've realized 100% winners, and I'm up $900. This is based on my TradeAway performance, right? I go to TradeAway, look at my performance, 100% win rate, up $900, right? So what that has done is this trade technically is free. I get to break even. I'm up $900 on the day. Okay. As it stands right now, I really lost nothing. I don't feel like I lost nothing, right? Let's go ahead and zoom on in right here. So I'm technically up on the day. Well, I was up on the day. I am up $180 on the day. Sweet. Right? That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to win the day, guys, right? As it stands, I was up 600 on the day, 400. I'm trying to win the day. I'm not putting so much pressure on the trade. This will change your trading dramatically. You trade smaller. Yes, you want to win the trade, but you trade small to buy yourself time. Trade small to win big. You hedge if you can, and make your best effort to win the day. But staying objective is the name of the game here, right? And so technically, I mean, this day could end up a wash for me, and I'm okay with that, right? What I can do, see, now I'm losing money. Oh no, Keep, you lost money. Nope, I have not. It's not realized. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to, let's see what's happening with CL. And it looks like CL wants to close above this level. The trend is up. We'll go ahead and buy 10 units of it. Here we go. And then where has it been? It's been pretty much right here. So I'll sell 10 units right there. I'll leave that alone. Move on to the next trade. Let's see what we can do. All right. Again, trading very small. Okay. Now, what do we have here? Potentially, I could use this, get to break even. Not really down very much. And I'm also not going to be greedy, right? Because these trades are meant to hedge my NQ, right? But I have enough evidence that the market is in fact trending up, right? It needs to trend up. Okay. So now we go back to ES. And ES has given us another bounce here. This is great. This is great. ES has bounced off the band once more. So let me take a look at NQ here. And NQ still, in fact, cheaper. How many of you, okay, let me ask you guys something. When I'm streaming, are you guys just calmer because I'm talking you through the trade? Right? Now, the market went ahead and tried to scare everybody with this wick right here. Right? But the system, right, objectively, the system did not tell us we're wrong. We still have the 200 here. My risk is tailored to that 200 right there. I'm not worried. Okay. I'm not worried. Now, let's go ahead. See what the Steven F says you're the ultimate confluence corporation. Oh shit. Man, you guys are using me like a cheap $4 hooker, but that's fine. Okay. So damn, all right. Let's so I'm in CL right now. Okay, so we're break even with CL. We're up $100. Yeah, we'll just bring that right there, right? Close me out, up $100. I'm not gonna be greedy here. It's gonna take me out. 100, 200 should take me out. Come on, damn you. I'll take 100, 200 bucks right here. Whatever, just give it to me. All right, not gonna be greedy. And why am I not being greedy? The reason why I don't want to be greedy is because since I'm using these as like hedge plays, I don't want my risk on the table for very long. Okay. That's why, I keep these trades tight and concise. Okay. So we're just gonna let this play out. It looks like I'll get the fill. I'll get the fill. We're cool. Uh okay. Let's get on over to ES here. And guys, ES is approaching this level here. Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. Um, I, to just, yeah, I love to show you. Okay, so we have the level. Man, everything is just sitting up. Like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this, right? So I'll just go up with this really quick. See if we, shave a little more. We're shaving a little more here. All right, cool. We zoom on in. We're up 200. We're just shaving, right? So up 100. Let's see if we can get something that's going on with trading view. I don't know what's up with my NQ. Everyone's still watching NQ. Now let me just go ahead and set this right here. I'm going to sell 8 right here. Let's head on over to NQ. Damn! Frank! What the hell? We did NQ. Right there. Just that's the worst. I was profitable. It just came shy of taking me out. What a tease. What a tease. Okay. I'm good with it. Right. So it looks like I sold my oils. So I'm up on my oils. That's cool. It hit my take profit. So yeah. That's cool. And yeah, we're just chilling now. Fucking Jesus. Ah, the day. Yeah. He's just having that happen. So it looks like I made $180 on that CL trade. So I'm up 1,100 bucks realized, and I'm 100%. So up $1,000, up 1,100 bucks. I mean, for most people, listen, guys, I'm gonna be frank with you. After I don't know, but actually, consider inflation. But maybe after about 150,000 a year with good credit, your life really doesn't change much, right? It's pretty much everything's within your reach, right? So you really gotta like establish. Everybody wants to be rich, and it's like, okay, fine, right? But you also got to stay grounded and humble, and also got to take what the market gives you. So if the market's only going to give you, again, it's like if we use the S&P as a benchmark, if the market's only going to give you, 13% annualized, right? Well, that sucks because, there's peaks and valleys. But again, when you're holding, you only take what the market gives you, right? And so when you're trading, you have to trade what the market gives you. So if the market gave me $1,000, it gave me $1,000. If it gives me more, it gives me more. I'm still in this trade and I'm like, all we got to do is just break past this. And this is my riskiest bet of the morning, but I'm staying in confluence with the trade here, right, guys? Right? Right? Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. Let me see what happened with the S here. So what's going on with the S? Okay. So I'm down 400 on the S, and that's fine. I'm a-okay with that. Let's see. If you were in this trade, it said, hey, get out here. Yeah. Down. Technically. Yeah. I'm okay with it. We're looking for candle close. Let me get back on over to NQ. Let's see what NQ is doing. Okay. So let's get a break. Nice candle push. Move on up. I'm actually closer to my target of being right than I am to being wrong. So yeah, I'm okay with this. Remember, guys, trade small. So technically, as it stands with my risk, as it stands, being down 500 on the 600 on NQ, it's a break-even day for me, right? It's a 25-minute trade. Yeah. Behold, they ain't worried about nothing. Really not worried about nothing. It's a 25-minute trade. I've hedged myself. I'm a-okay, right? Again, I'm wrong on the trade when I break this 200. And at least in my mind, since I've made 1,200, I'm in a better position in this trade at this moment in time than I was when I initiated the trade. Does that make sense? Right? My strategy is to win the day. That's what my strategy is. Are we making sense here? And this. Okay, so you use the wicks, right? So Daniel Minch, you're using the wicks. I mean, the wicks are happening. They weren't necessarily like at a level. Or, I mean, you could zoom out and I'm sure you'd find a level. But what I'm trying to do here, guys, is really, really teach you how to use the system and get away from trading candles. Trading candles is what really just you guys get oh man, they stick it to you because you're trading candles. Most traders, that's what you do, right? That's what you do. You end up trading candles and you end up getting fucking wrecked because the candles are causing so much anxiety. And so that's why I'm like hanging out here and I'm trading smaller for the sake of proving a point where we could trade smaller and make money, right? Even with me being down 1,500 on NQ, a green day is entirely attainable. Entirely attainable. You see what we're doing here? Okay. So you need to shift your focus, right? As long as the trend, you're not trading candles, and trading candles are what causes you to flip flop. And we all know, we've had that crazy girlfriend where one day she loves us, the next day she hates us, right? Like, oh my God, where do we go from here? You're driving me fucking nuts. This is toxic, right? If we would not tolerate that crazy girlfriend, that toxic ass girlfriend, right? Why? Why, for the love of God, why would we tolerate that toxicity from the market? We need stability. And so what Trade 1348 does is it creates the trend to stabilize price action, to calm it down, to smooth it out, to give you some sort of confidence, right? And objectivity in your trading so that you're not going from, I love you not. You're the love of my life. I fucking hate you. This is the best dick I ever had to you have a fucking micro penis. It's just like, whoa, which one is it? Right? Mr. Pastrami. So anyways, nothing personal. Okay. So, um, looks like, let me see. My ES trade actually got filled too, I think. So let me, yeah, my ES trade got filled and now I'm up 1,300 bucks, right? 100% win rate. So this is my ES trade here that I was in, guys, right? Got filled. I'm up 1,300 on the day. That's great. So now let me turn my focus to NQ. And I am not going to, um, I'm going to focus on NQ right now. Okay. Let me focus on NQ right now. So what I'm going to do is, should we come down to this level? Now this level here, we have the level, we have VWAP, we have the 200. There's a lot of congestion down here. Now, technically, when I look at this dollar amount, I'm down $500 on the day. Right? Now, yeah, now it's 200 bucks on the day. That's what I'm down. Wait a second. But Steve, he made all that money. And why did they give it back to the market? Because isn't that like a common thing that you guys do? Right? You make your money, then you give it back to the market. And that's sort of kind of like looks like the situation I'm in. Correction. Right. I am not going to give it back to the market. I hedged this trade the entire time simply so that I can walk away. Right. That's the difference. It's not like, hey, I'm up $2,000. Let me get it to another trade and then give it back. Okay. I want you guys to be mindful of that. Now, should I decide somewhere like at 1,300 or 1,500 to take my loss, I'm down 380, maybe 500 bucks. Guess what? I'm still going to win the day. How? It puts me in a position to enter a better trade. Makes sense. So yeah, we're just going to hang out here. Man, not a deal, guys. Right. We haven't broken below the 200. The trade design hasn't shifted the other way. Right. RSI and moving average still says bullish. So I'm just going to hold. Okay. You need massive fucking failure. So again, because I'm not freaked out about the candle, I'm green on the day about 600 bucks, even though I'm red on this trade. But you guys really think I trade to make 600 bucks? What's your problem? No. So now my conviction is paying off. Cool. We were up 270. It's just flirting with this here. I'm going to get out of this trade soon enough. Let's see. So we just proved out another concept is hold on long enough until you're right and trade small enough until you can be right. There you go. Let's zoom on in. I was up 600 bucks really quick. This could easily be a $2,000 day. It looked like a catastrophe initially, right? But it could easily be a $2,000 day. So We have this level here. I'm going to pay attention to this level right there. Okay. And happy to, for me, I'm green. Over $1,000. I'm green. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy some more, right? So I could get the hell off the stream. I got to make this trade worth it. So let's do exactly that. I'm going to go ahead and sell 12 up here, right? So, and then I'm going to get out of here. I want to be done. I want to be done with the market. So I'll sell my 12 right here. Zoom on in. Up 600, 800, 900. Here we go. 930. That would get me over 2,000. That was the fucking goes. 2,000, 690, 810, 870 right there. You're going to fill me, fill me. I'll just take that. Be done with it. Guys, that's my morning. That's my day. Made $2,000. Like, whatever. There was no stress. I just wanted my money. I ended my day green. And that's all we have for you folks. Trusting the system and trusting the trend and just, that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and figure out how I'm going to spend those $2,000. Probably on some Harley parts. Actually, I'm going to buy some Metzlers, get some Metzlers on Metzler tires. Okay. So if I can walk away, you guys can walk away. It was a whole lot of fun. I don't know too many guys out there who put their name, their money, their time, the brand, and literally not miss a beat. This thing is just stuck on, by the way. If I choose to make some more money, I can make some more money, but I'm just like fucking done with it, right? And that's another thing. I'm also human, guys. I suffer from, honestly, just like you, because I'm human. I do get mentally exhausted. I know. Well, how much mental capital I'm willing to expend. And that's why when I was doing the trading beat competition and I got first place, I realized that it just exhausted so much mental capital just to get first place on fake money. Again, if you're really good at something, never do it for free. But it's still fun to play that game anyways, right? So I love you all. End of stream. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, let's get some thumbs up, and guys, don't be embarrassed. You're 1348. You are team 1348. Tell your friends, tell your family about it. You can legit change lives, right? And I take all the responsibility. I take all of the responsibility. You can legit change lives. Okay? 100%. Like, even my dumb con for a brother is, he turned fucking 10 grand into $15,000 in less than a month. It's my brother, the fucking king of I notice. I want to punch him sometimes. I don't like sitting in the car like, bro, I want to hit the brakes so bad, but you're wearing a fucking seatbelt. No, it's the competition never messes with my psychology. No, it's the mental exhaustion of just doing it and constantly doing it. It's like, well, if it was like a real money type of situation, uh, wait. And my own account, uh, man, ooh, bro, even another thing, you can't scale in, right? So it's just one contract, basically. You could only use one contract for NQ, ES, et cetera, et cetera. Now, yeah, I got out, guys. We're good. I'm just chilling. It's probably gonna hit 2190. I mean, 22,000 potentially. We get up here, we're looking at 22,000. Good Lord. Good Lord. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm out. This was fun. Seriously, this was fun. I'm my favorite trader's favorite trader. It's fucking facts. Peace.